What was the last topic? Okay. So, do you have any doubt regarding last class? No doubt, everything is clear. Today I'll give. याद आया था मॉर्निंग में. So we'll discuss in this class about capital market. Yesterday one topic left before we'll switch on to the Indian financial market. So we were discussing about capital market. Then we'll switch on to Indian financial market. What about India situation in the financial market? Previously we were discussing the concepts. Now there's only one concept remain, that is called inflation index bond. This is a term, inflation indexed bonds. Although we'll discuss this topic with reference to our country. Have you ever heard about inflation index bond? Do you understand this term? Bonds, simple. You understand index and inflation. Index is simple. We have two kinds of index, CPI and WPI. These are index. It means whenever we have to calculate certain changes in the or fluctuation in the prices, we use index number. That's a tool of statistics. Here inflation, it means wherever there is a fluctuation, like for example 2017 and 2018 and 2019. We have 3 years. Suppose for example the inflation is 100 because whenever we take a base year, so suppose in our example our base year is 2017. Whenever there is a rise in the prices, next year prices will rise. It means in 2018 5% increase in the inflation. Then again for example 110 prices will be the next year. So obviously it is less than 5% in comparison to the previous year. So whenever we see, this is the index of inflation. Whenever we calculate inflation, it is just current year divided by previous year. And whenever you see the difference, numerator, so difference is 105 into 100. This is how we calculate inflation. Same concept is replicated to the yield of that bond. If you are issuing a bond, suppose for example bond of rupees 1000, and suppose this is a zero coupon bond, it means you will not get any interest on that zero coupon bond. It will issue on discount. So next year you will get full 1000 rupees. You remember the last discussion? Bond 950. Suppose for example in this year there is rise in the prices by 50 rupees. It means the value of rupee goes down. So purchasing power will also goes down. Then the investor will not get anything. Getting my point? Investors will not get anything because of the rise in the price level. So just to make bonds attractive, Government of India introduced inflation index bond for the first time in the year 1998. Because in 1998 what happened? Due to Asian financial crisis, lot of investors were diverting their investment towards stock market, share markets and other dead assets like gold. That is why to make bonds attractive, in 1998 Government of India introduced these kind of bonds. In 1998 we are giving inflation index bonds, that too just on principal amount, only on the principal amount. If the price rise is 5%, for example, suppose next year you will get 1000 rupees whenever the date of maturity comes. In this 1000 rupees, you will get this principal amount as inflationary indexed. It means if you get this 1000 and the price rise is 5%, what's the 5% of 1000? 50 rupees. Yes. So next year you will get 1050. Not only the face value but plus the changes in the prices. Getting my point? So this looks attractive now because you bought at 950. At the maturity you will get 1000, but due to rise in the prices, government is compensating that rise in the prices by giving extra 50 rupees. So your yield is 1050. Any doubt regarding this? Okay, so we'll write something. Inflation index bonds are the bonds issued by bonds issued by Government of India. The bonds issued by Government of India. Full stop. These bonds were issued for the first time in 1998. These bonds were issued for the first time in 1998 just to make the investment in bonds more attractive, just to make the investment in bonds more attractive for the investors, more attractive for the investors. First stop. The speciality of these bonds, the speciality of these bonds is that whenever the investors are redeeming the bond at face value, government will compensate investors about the rise in the prices between the date of investment and maturity. Any doubt regarding this? Now just listen. Again in 2013, an important year in Indian economy. Do you remember the period of 2008 to 2013? The period belongs to, this is a one term, stagflation in Indian economy. Stagflation is a term. Stagnant growth plus inflationary tendency in the economy. So in 2013, government came out with new types of inflation index bonds. What happened in 2013? Due to high current account deficit, high inflation, etc., people were again diverted from these type of bonds, these inflation index bonds. Then government realized that and started giving inflation indexed on both principal as well as interest. Getting my point? So whatever you are getting as an interest, you will get inflation indexed on that particular interest. Suppose for example, 1000 rupees, 10% interest rate you are getting. Next year you will get 1100. But due to inflation, rise in the prices, suppose for example, is 5%. So if the inflation is 5%, So we will get 5% on this 1000 rupees. Again, figure comes out as 1050, and 10% interest rate on this 1000 कितना हो गया 100 rupees. So 1150. This was the situation between 1998 to 2013. But what happened? Government started giving the compensation for the inflation on interest rates as well. So suppose 2% on this interest. What's the amount of interest? What's the total amount of interest? 50 rupees. 50 rupees, 10% of 1000. Sometimes they carry interest because whenever you will issue zero coupon bonds, then bonds does not carry interest rate. But whenever you are issuing other types of bonds, they can give. Getting my point? For this example, just to explain this example, I have to take another type of bond. This is 2% on the total interest rate. So 10% of 1000 is 50 rupees, 2% of that 50 rupees is 1 rupee. So we'll get 1 rupee extra, so 1151. This is the total amount you will receive, or an investor will receive after the maturity. So obviously if you compare these two amounts, you will get extra 51 rupees. That is compensated by the government due to the price rise. Any doubt regarding this? Shall I explain again? Because if you not do, or if you will not compensate with the price rise in the economy, then people will not invest in the bonds. So if government wants to sell the bonds, it must be attractive. Getting my point? Due to high inflation, fixed deposits are not comes under the attractive investment, because inflation rate is around 7 to 8%, and interest rate given on the fixed deposit is around 7 to 8%. So people are preferring mutual funds. So just to make bond investment attractive, government is doing this thing. Because people will buy, na? Obviously. If you're not making bonds attractive, people will not buy. It is your money. You will invest in gold, you will invest in stocks, you will invest in mutual funds. Getting my point? I understand.
In the earlier scenario, inflation rate was 1998. What was the interest rate? What was the interest rate? Earlier, what they were giving the interest rate was 5% or 2%, or what they were giving only?
I'll tell you. On principle, they were giving actual inflation rate, but on interest, they were giving only fixed, pre-decided inflation rate. So whatever they are giving extra, just to compensate on the inflation, on the principal amount, the inflation rate is market determined. It means whenever you will face the maturity, what will be the actual inflation rate? You will be getting that actual compensation of that inflation rate. But on interest rate, it is pre-decided by the government. I'll make you write this point. What?
We have three less ways. The first one is second one is the third one total amount.
No, not on total amount. I'll explain again. Suppose this is 1000 rupees. This you will get at the maturity. But for example, you are getting 10% return. 10% is your return. Okay, I'll explain that a bit. This is your face value. Face value of 1000 rupees. Now you will get 10% interest rate. Suppose this is 2018, this is 2019. Whenever you will redeem your bond, you will get 10% extra because that bond carries 10% interest rate. Getting my point? So you will get, in 2019, you will get this amount. Then, if bonds are giving interest rate, there are different types of bonds. In the last example, the bonds were known as zero coupon bonds. Zero coupon bonds does not carry interest rate. They issued on discount. But like reading in the newspaper that bond yields is increasing. What does it mean? It means these bonds are carrying interest rate. तभी तो yield increase होगी ना, decrease होगी. 10%, 1100. But due to inflation of 5% during 18 and 19, government will compensate of this price rise. This price rise 5% on principal amount. What will be the amount? 50 rupees. So 1100 plus 50 rupees. So you will get 1150. This is on principal amount. This was happened from 1998 to 2013 when government was offering inflation index bonds only on the principal amount, not on the interest rate, but you will earn interest rate. So just to make attractive, in 2013 government announced that from now onwards we will give inflation indexed interest rate as well. It means that interest rate will be compensated with the rise in the prices. So here, for example, actual inflation rate was 5%, but government pre-decided that on interest rate we will give only 2% irrespective of the actual inflation rate in the economy. ठीक है? So 2% of interest. 2% of the interest means 2% of 50 rupees. 2% of 50 rupees is rupee 1. So we'll add rupee 1. So 1151. This is the total amount you will get at maturity in 2019. So here, if we compare this one with this one, this is the difference of inflation index bonds. So investors are getting benefit of 51 rupees in our example. But she asked, what is the benefit of government? Because if you are keep on offering this rate, it means 10% flat without indexing with the inflation. Actual interest rate, because you remember the discussion of real interest rate. Real interest rate, what's the formula of real interest rate? रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट इज इक्वल टू नॉमिनल, मतलब जो इंटरेस्ट रेट चल रहा है, माइनस इन्फ्लेशन रेट. So if you calculate real interest rate for our example, nominal interest rate 10% minus what's the inflation rate? 5%. So real interest rate is 5%. It means you are gaining only 5% of this 1000 due to rise in the prices. The purchasing power of a rupee went down. Getting my point? Any doubt? Still you have any doubt, you can ask. Now the question is why government will offer this? Because in order to make bond investment attractive, because in order to fund activities, developmental activities in Indian economy, government will offer bonds. If no one will purchase, how government will raise the fund? So just to make bond as an attractive investment, government is offering these kind of bonds, inflation index bond.
So can you say before 1998, government was offering 1100, pre-2013, government was offering 1150, and after that 1150?
Yes, easily. ये आप लिख लो इसी तरह से तो आपको याद रहेगा. You write like this. Have you read the yesterday newspaper about GST compensation? There was a news. If you understand that news, or maybe yesterday or day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. Any doubt? Shall we move on? We'll write few lines also. In 2013, people were again started deviating from investment in bonds due to instability in macroeconomic fundamentals of Indian economy. In bracket you write stagflation. Next line. Then government started offering inflation indexed interest rate. The inflation rate given on the interest was pre-decided by the government, but the inflation compensation given on the principal amount is dependent on the actual inflation rate. Okay, full stop. Have you written this formula of real interest rate? You should write this. Real interest rate is nominal interest rate minus inflation. So complete this sentence. Nominal interest rate. This is nominal interest rate minus the rate of inflation. Nominal interest rate minus the rate of inflation.